It's deprogrammed, and I'm still peaking. That's crazy. My name is Justin, and I'm a host of sorts. And, hey, man, we're gonna do stuff. But first, you might enjoy this program. Possibly. That might be why you're listening. And if you do enjoy this program, look, patreon.com/ohhijustin. I'm giving you the secret. That's the inside tip. Patreon.com/ohhijustin. There's a lot going on there. I'm telling you, there's the Oh Hi Justin pod. It's a daily pod of my stupidity, which is great. It's this show 3 days early. You get the Wrestle Pals as soon as it posts. And I forgot to mention the Oh Hi Justin pod. You get that a full week before the rest of the world. Now that's insanity. You also get these goals tracks and maybe a comic book, random Twitch streams, and all sorts of stuff on the way. So I'm just saying, $1 a month gets you quite a bit and stuff. Now, we're talking about the Blues Brothers today. I got to bring in my Skype panel. That this is only the second time. I don't mind doing it this way, actually. It's turned out all right so far. But returning for the second week straight, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and talented Keith Darrow.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Dude, 2 weeks in a row. Well, I mean, it was going to be anyway, because it was going to be Jimmy Eat World, but...
Yeah, well, spread it out a little bit, spread the love, and then still get some episodes in.
Yeah, and also joining us on the other Skype line, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, he's got a ton of names too, but we're going to go with, dudes, Alfredo Torres.
Did you just dudes me?
Hey, I had to. It's been a long time.
It's been, I see that after the last fiasco that we had at my house, and now you want to Skype so that this way, if I piss you off, you just hang up.
Hang up. Oh, sorry, dude, we lost you.
Bad internet connection, dudes.
Now, I got to tell you though, you were on the. We did the Fredo sessions, which, by the way, all in all, was a blast.
Next time, bring Keith up.
I think you guys are up. Fine. We'll talk about this up front. Stevie Wonder Part 2. I think we're going to put that on the books and start listening to that soon so we can get that in on the next session, maybe.
I'm all about that.
Maybe
For
like
sure.
maybe
I
no.
gotta go back and listen to the first episode, see where we left off.
Yeah, I think No, go ahead.
You said,
the downside of Skype.
Yeah, I think you said you were done with the 60s. And
Yeah.
you're going to the 70s because I chastised you.
You did, and I had to set you straight on it.
Yes, and you did because I was about to give you what 4, and then give Keith what 5 because
I see what you did there.
Yeah, did you good? I'm like, because I was irate. I was like, how the, and where's this song? And where the hell's that song? And you're just like, dude,
we broke it up into 2. So what do you want from my life?
I'm just saying.
So today we're here to talk about the Blues Brothers, though. So let's put it out there. We were supposed to do Jimmy Eat World last week, and so Blues Brothers kind of came about here. Like, we needed something that was quick turnaround, that we'd be able to get all 3 panel members together in a relatively fast fashion. And Blues Brothers, to be honest, has been sitting on the list almost since the inception of the show. So it's kind of a no-brainer in all actuality.
Actually, I thought it was very much a brainer, and I thought it's been sitting a while because it's all covers, and everybody who knows you knows that you hate covers.
Yeah. I mean, that's not incorrect. I mean, I'm not. That is part of why it sat there, but the big reason was because I knew there wasn't a ton of material to go through. So I was waiting for a time like this where it's like, well, we need something to blast through, and this has been sitting around for a while. Why wouldn't this be the next one?
Yeah, it's only 3 albums.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
I didn't listen to any of the stuff. When you told me we were doing Blues Brothers, I was like, all right, I'll go write my list right now.
It's 4 albums on Skype. And the reason I say it's 4 is because that compilation album has stuff that's not on the other 3.
Oh, well.
Which compilation album is that?
It's of course you're going to make me look it up after I got rid of it.
It would have been nice to have had this information before we started recording.
Well, I didn't look at it until 25 minutes ago. Just because I had to write my, because you know me, I had to write my facts.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked it up, and then after the 3 albums, there's like a compilation album at the bottom.
Right.
And that's a 2-album set, and it's got 1 or 2 or 3 songs that are not on the other 3 albums.
It's got a Excusez-moi, mon chéri on it. That's the only song on here that isn't on one of the other 3 albums.
Okay, well, that could have made somebody's list.
Look at Keith with the knowledge.
Well, it's because he called it up.
Yeah, I got Spotify handy.
Right. So. Well, you know me at technology. I was scared that if I pressed Spotify, that we'd be disconnected and I'd be listening to, something. But I mean, it added 1 song because we got 4 that were taken away from us.
Well, see, I included.
I just went through and listened to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I told you boys which 4 they were, and there's YouTubes.
Yeah, that's what I did, because one of those 4 was absolutely going to make my list. So, like, I just wanted to make sure I listened to make sure it was the song I thought it was.
I didn't have any of those 4 on my list because when we make the Spotify list, I don't know if we can get that version of that song. And at the end of the day, it's got to be a Blues Brothers list.
I hear you.
Yeah, I think that stuff's old enough now that you might have been able to find it on YouTube. But I figured you'd have it on vinyl anyways, Fredo.
Right now. Do I have Made in America on vinyl? I've got Briefcase Full of Blues, and I might have Made in America on the section of I don't know, probably 700 albums I haven't listened to yet.
Fair enough. I've got them on CD. I've got them on vinyl. I've got them digitally, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm covered. which is why my list was easy to write. When you said, "Hey, let's just do Blues Brothers," I said, "All right, tell me when you want to do it."
Yeah. Keith, could you have gotten 20?
Yes.
Yeah, I told that to Justin when we were waiting for you to connect. I could easily have done 20.
Oh, totally. And then let's see, we got 11 on Briefcase. I see how they did it on Spotify here. 11 on the soundtracks. I mean, we got 32 tunes.
Yeah.
To narrow it down to 10. And I'll be honest, I broke the rules again. I came here with 16 because I'm a rebel like that.
Look at you.
I crossed out my 16th right before we got on. I didn't even realize I had 16. I realized that when I was going to put number 17 on.
So let's talk about, because Keith, you were the one who offered up the Blues Brothers again, like way towards the beginning of the show. And again, when I said, why don't we do the Blues Brothers? Why don't we finally get that one done? You were like, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
What is it about the Blues Brothers for you?
It's the movie. It's the characters. It's my own personal history with the Blues Brothers. To be perfectly honest, I fell in love with the movie in high school. Became mildly obsessed. Bought a Crown Victoria that I was going to turn into a Bluesmobile. That was an
oh my God.
I dressed up as the Blues Brothers for ODU basketball games. I learned I learned how to play harmonica purely because of Elwood Blues.
Wow.
So, it's the music, it's the groove, it's the atmosphere, it's just, it's the characters. And I can tell you exactly when I fell in love with that movie. It was when they're sitting in the room with the penguin, and Jake tells her, "I guess you're really up shit creek." And she goes, "What'd you say?" I was like, "Oh, he's going to repeat it again." And then sure as shit, he did. She hit him, fell down the stairs. I was like, "Yep, this movie's great."
All right, so Fredo, you jumped on shortly after that because this panel has been set for a good year and a half, 2 years almost. You jumped on almost immediately.
Well, yeah, I mean it's the Blues Brothers. I mean here's the thing. Everybody knows about my love of music and so on and so forth, but that love didn't happen yesterday. I got into music at a very, very young age.
And you're very, very old now.
You know what? I will punch you in the face the next time I see you.
Is Keith still invited to the second Fredo sessions?
I'm trying to get out of that trip, Justin. I hadn't noticed.
Anyway, so when I found out about the Blues Brothers, I remember seeing them on Saturday Night Live, and I didn't realize that they were actually John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. I thought they were a musical act. And then so I got a little bit into them, and I started listening to their music, and then come to find out everything they did was a cover,
Yeah.
which made me go back and search out the original stuff. And some of the stuff I knew, and we'll talk about some of those songs, but some of the stuff I didn't, and that opened up a whole new world for me musically.
So, I mean, the conversation here, since you kind of just put it out there that it is like 100% covers, it kind of goes into that same conversation of the Gorillaz and the Monkees, where it's like that line of what's a real band. And now, you brought up Saturday Night Live as well. Now, that's my question. Which came first, Saturday Night Live or the movies?
Well, Saturday Night Live.
Okay, so
the album actually came first, didn't it, Fredo? Or did that?
No.
They opened up for Steve Martin. Oh yeah, no, right.
Saturday Night Live came out in '75.
Yeah, they did the King Bee skit. They did the Blues Brothers thing. They opened up for Steve Martin, which gave us the Briefcase Full of Blues album.
Right. They opened up for the Grateful Dead.
Yep, at Winterland.
Right. So I mean, the show came first. Now, both Dan Aykroyd and I was just say John Candy and John Belushi were part of the Second City TV comedy troupe, so they might have done Blues Brothers skits back then.
Okay, so that was my next question. So it started as a skit, like these were just two characters that Belushi and Aykroyd made up, and they're like, you know what? Let's put a band around it.
Right, and it's a hell of a band.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Justin. You're talking about, what constitutes a real band. I mean, the musicians they got the musicians from, this era. I mean, the Steve Cropper, Duck Dunn played with Booker T and the MGs and Otis Redding. You had the horn section, and they combined so many different styles of blues. You had the rhythm section that was kind of that R&B, and you had Matt Guitar Murphy on guitar, giving it that older Delta blues sound, and then you had the electric kind of, I say electric, but the horn sound, which kind of gave it that newer blues sound.
You had guys, honestly, who played a lot of these guys. They were part of the old Sax Records record label. So a lot of these guys played these types of songs, if not on these songs. So when they put this band, when Belushi and Aykroyd put this band together, it wasn't just a bunch of musicians that were hanging around. They went and got authentic musicians who played the blues and who played on these records, and that band was incredible.
Yeah, and see,
they just had the SNL band for like the first 2 or 3 skits, and then when they realized what they were going to do with it, they were like, no, we need to get an actual band put together.
Right.
Now these musicians, they are tremendous, because I think that's my hardest thing here, because their covers. And so, like, there's that in my head, but, like, at the same time, I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, man, like, I didn't overthink my picks, which is something rare with me. I just kind of, whatever I felt. And I didn't even have to make any additional cuts. I hit I think it was 16 when I was through, and I only had to cut one. But, like, I didn't want to overthink it, because with such a limited catalog, I don't think that there's wrong answers. Again, I hate repeating that, but again, some bands, that's just the truth, and the feeling for most of this is right on point. So I don't know that. No, go ahead.
The thing, Justin. Yeah, they're covers, but are they covers to you? Do you know this music or not? I mean, if this is something new to you,
most of it,
so it should be an invitation to go and learn about it.
Yeah,
my record collection has been growing by leaps and bounds, and I just bought an album by the Rolling Stones, and I found out that they did a song called "I'm Free." It's the song that became a hit for the Soup Dragons. I'm free to do what I want any old time. Mm-hmm. So that song, which when I originally heard it, thought they did it. Turns out it's a song that the Stones did in '67. So it's a cover.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, what constitutes in your mind? What constitutes a cover? It's just the fact that you know the song.
That's true.
Or, you know.
Well, that actually brings up a very good point because one of the songs, I'm trying to think. No, it's actually not on this one. It's from the second soundtrack. "Respect" by Aretha Franklin. Everyone knows her as, that is her song. Otis Redding did it first.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a cover.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and that kind of goes back to the Stevie Wonder episode part 1. Like those musicians early on, a lot of them aren't writing their own stuff. They're just kind of, there's like, especially Aretha, like a lot of stuff that she did had been done by like 3 or 4, sometimes even 5 musicians at the same time, really.
Yeah, but you're talking about a time where people repeated music. If you look at the 60s and pick the genre, it doesn't matter, rock, R&B, soul. If a song was a hit, groups would go and put their spin on it.
Yeah.
You know, look at early Beatles, early Stones. Motown had a writing group. And when they came out with a song, just about everybody put it on their albums.
Yeah.
So, so what's the original? What's the cover? That kind of gets thrown out the window because, again, you could pick any song and there could be multiple versions of it. And if you like a song, does that become the original? Was the original the first person who did it? Was it the original the first time you heard it?
I think the best example of what you're talking about right now is Jimi Hendrix "All Along the Watchtower," because obviously that's not his song, but that's his song to me.
Yeah, see, that's or how about "Knocking on Heaven's Door"?
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, who wrote the song, 3 completely different versions of it. Which one? What was the first time you heard it?
It's definitely an interesting thought and a different way to look at it. And again, I've said that sometimes a cover, if it's a cover that I know is a cover, but it's a cover that is done, number 1, really well, and number 2, adopted to the band that does it, I will take that into account. But if it's a cover that is just kind of note for note boring cover, and there's other things I'd rather put through for whatever band it is, that's where I make the separations. With that being said, the name of the game is Deprogrammed, and today obviously we're talking Blues Brothers. So the 3 of us have combed through the Blues Brothers, the 33 songs available on Spotify. I know that Fredo had a little extra listening, but we each have picked out 15 songs to mash together and make a top 10 starter kit for the Blues Brothers. If you're like me and for whatever reason have just been sitting on it for a long time, 10 songs to jump in and go, cool, this is what they are. I'll listen to this. And also we have the extra wrinkle this week. It started last week for the first time. The round where we're going to pick the number 1 with a bullet. So that's the song that you absolutely have to listen to. All right. That means I need to jump in here. I think I'm going to go right at the top of my list. It was pretty much the first song I heard. I'm going Hey Bartender.
Oh, that's definitely on my list. 1955, Floyd Dixon did the original.
Ah.
I don't have it. I do love the song, but it's not on my list. I had to cut it for some other stuff.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. All right, so we'll go with Keith.
I'm going to start off with the title opening, well, not the title track, but the opening track for Briefcase, Can't Turn You Loose. I don't know if you guys considered that the track or not, but I Can't Turn You Loose, the opening and ending for Briefcase.
Yeah, I didn't. That dun, 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 dun. Yep. Yeah, I didn't include any of their opening tracks.
I didn't, because even though I think it is iconic, and I think it, like technically speaking, it should. It's so like it isn't like it isn't a song. You know what I mean? Like it's an opening. So I left it out.
Yeah, and I kind of figured you guys might do that, but I've wanted to at least throw it out there because I mean this is another one where this is an Otis Redding tune. It's actually got lyrics. I mean there is, it is an actual song. It's not just an instrumental thing, and it was actually in the movie. They used it for the movie as well as their opener for the Palace Hotel Ballroom.
Oh.
Yeah, I left out the Soul Finger Funky Broadway because they didn't sing in it. But that opening of I think it was Made America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left that one out because of that. Otherwise, because that opening, that Soul Finger opening is hot.
Yeah, it is. They come in just hitting right with it.
All right, Fredo.
All right, I'm gonna let me hold on. Let me look here because I got so much. Here you go. I'm gonna go with the song off the soundtrack that was originally recorded in 1958 by Frankie Lane and has been covered by everybody from Johnny Cash to the Dead Kennedys. The theme from Rawhide.
Got it.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, let me scroll.
I got it purely. Well, I kind of was gaming the system a little bit. I got Rawhide because I also that whole scene where they're doing that in Bob's Country,
classic,
where John Belushi or Jake Blues gets the whip and cracks it and knocks the cigarette out of the girl's mouth. I've heard, I haven't confirmed it, but I've heard that was the inspiration for "Whip It" by Devo. That their music video.
Huh. Okay, so I don't have that. But
oh my god!
Well, that's the game.
It's still early.
And I also have to point out, I don't think I've ever seen Blues Brothers all the way through. I think I've only kind of seen bits and pieces at a time.
Of a bitch.
I know, right? So
you know what? Keith and I are hanging up in protest. That's some bullshit right there.
Well, what do you want from my life? That's the other reason why I've been putting this off because I just hadn't seen the movie, so I don't have the attachment.
Seriously,
I feel like you should have. You would have been able to listen to the soundtrack by watching the movie, and you could pick up songs from there. That's the way you should have done the soundtrack album. Just saying.
And I'm telling you, sit down and watch the movie. Take 2 hours of your life, watch it. You're gonna piss your pants.
But I've got so much GTA to play. Okay. All right. No, nobody cares about that. All right, let me move on to to my next pick. You know what? I think I'm gonna go here because I love the little intro. Elwood saying, "Oh, I think I've got them right. The names right. Saying that his brother doesn't do this very often. Oh, he's taking his jacket off.
Yeah.
I'm going with guilty.
I know where you're going.
Guilty.
I have it.
That was the number 16 song.
Oh,
I took it off. But oh man,
Isn't
Delbert
it
McClinton?
Oh, it's Delbert McClinton. I thought I heard Randy Newman do it.
Oh no, excuse me, Delbert McClinton. Yeah, it is Randy Newman.
Okay.
Delbert McClinton is another movie. He's on this list.
Yeah, I've got that one too. Don't worry. But yeah, no, this one's a Randy Newman song.
all right.
I like the slow ballad, so I mean, I've got it.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you want to actually hear John Belushi sound soulful.
Yeah, man. That's why I kept it. I was like, yeah, this is he sounds great here. This sounds like you said soulful. I was all about it.
Yeah.
All right, Keith?
Let's see. I'm just going down a briefcase full of blues. Groove Me.
Oh. Nope.
Oh, there's a first no.
Yeah.
Oh, for 2.
Oh.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't have Can't Turn You Loose. Or you guys didn't have Can't Turn You Loose.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Fredo?
All right. Now, since I mentioned Delbert McClinton, let's go with his song off a briefcase. B-movie Boxcar Blues.
Got it.
I don't.
Oh my God. I love that version of that song.
It's a really good song.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, I mean, so nothing unanimous yet, but we do have 4 through to the conversation. So
Good.
nothing to worry about yet. But let me ask you guys this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you messing with the kid? Hey, Fredo.
I am not. I don't have it.
I
Fredo.
don't either.
Oh,
And that's a great one. Oh my.
It is. Well, and that's what Fredo and I were saying at the beginning. We had way more than 15.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it would easily be most of those 32 songs.
I can guarantee you that there'd be 3 songs already moved on.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh.
I love when he goes, "Hey guys, are you messing with the kid?" No, we ain't messing with.
Then he throws it out to the audience, and the audience is like, "Fuck yeah!"
All right, Keith.
Let's see. Flip flop fly.
Damn it. Nope.
Nope.
Nice. I am 0 for 3.
This
I
is
can't-
There
weird.
you go.
But you know what? You're on my list. You're hitting the songs that if we'd have did 20,
Yeah,
you know.
I get that, and that's the same thing with the ones I haven't had.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. We made it more difficult by
Sure.
taking away 5. You might want to think about doing it that way, Justin.
Doing what?
Making 15 instead of 20 for the regular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot more discussion at the end, I would imagine, because I imagine we're gonna have quite the discussion here
Yeah, exactly.
if we continue with this rate. But we're narrowing it down. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
There.
All
All
right.
right, let's go. It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, here's going to be the first unanimous one. Are you ready? Originally recorded by Robert Johnson in 1936, Sweet Home Chicago.
Got it.
Let's see. Yep, I got it.
There it is.
There it is.
Ding, ding, ding.
There it is. Had to, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's what it felt like. Like I was listening to it, I was like, I can't exactly explain it, but this one has to go in. This is just good.
To me, that song symbolizes the Blues Brothers. I don't know why.
I can see that. Well, I mean, if you go back and watch the movie, I mean, it's going to sound silly, but the other character in the movie that no one really talks about is the town of Chicago. I mean, they filmed in Chicago. They made these landmarks of Chicago a part of their movie. When Sarah and I went to Chicago last July, I spent a day going around to Ray's Music Exchange, the City Hall building.
Right.
I went into all this, not all of them, but a good handful of places that were within our area, because I got to see those locations specifically. I saw those in the movie. I wanted to be there, and it's like, hey, 40 years ago, these guys were filming an awesome movie.
All right, so we're back to me.
Yeah, you got a first one through.
All right, who's making love?
Got it.
Not me.
Huh.
Oh, no, that's a lie. Yep, I got it.
Bam. There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Johnny Taylor.
All right.
Sorry, I went and I wrote all of that stuff for this.
That's all right. All right. Keith.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can continue my streak here. I Ain't Got You.
Oh, I got that.
I don't.
That's 1955, Calvin Carter, and it was covered by the Yardbirds in '64.
I like that little touch, Fredo. I'm glad you did that. Fredo, your turn.
I'm gonna go with "Off the Made in America," originally done by Wayne Cochran, known as the White Knight of Soul and the White James Brown.
All right.
His song, "Going Back to Miami."
I don't have it, but I love that song.
I'm almost positive I've got it. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
Got
there it is. Oh, I can't believe you didn't have that one. That's such a.
If we had 20,
Yeah, there it is. There.
Chris, a bartender, messing with the kid, those 3 would have been on my list. But I mean, it's going through. I ain't worried.
Yeah, it gets to hang around for the combo. All right, let me
Wayne Cochran died recently too.
Yep, last year.
wow.
Yeah, November 21st, 2017.
Yep.
Let me bounce this one off, you guys. Riot in Cell Block number 9.
Oh yes.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh. But we are still in good shape. Although I will say this, at this pace, it's possible we may end up putting all the combo in. There's
No,
two,
at this weight, we got to knock it down to 10. It's
1, 2, 3,
two,
4, 5, 6, 7. Right now
7.
we've got 7 in the combo. Two are unanimous.
right, but we still got.
Well, I still got like 7
Yeah.
to talk about.
Just saying, we'll see. At this pace, we'll see. All right, let's see. That was me, right?
Yep.
All right, Keith.
My turn. I will stick with the Made in America album, and this is actually my last one off the Made in America album. Do You Love Me?
Do you love me?
No.
No, I don't got it.
No, that's a God. Who did that? The Contours.
Oh, and they even threw in the James Brown Mother Popcorn in the middle.
Yep.
You guys couldn't have that one on the list, you jerks.
All right, Fredo.
I put the Contours in. Let's see. All right. The 1974. I Got Everything I Need almost off of Briefcase Full of Blues.
Nope.
Nope.
Wow, are you kidding me?
Nope. I'm not.
It's another good one.
Yeah.
The whole Briefcase album could have gone.
We could have did that. We really could have did that album. I was thinking that.
I mean, it's 10 easily. I think it's like 10 or 11 tracks.
Yeah.
Spotify real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 tracks. And 2 of those tracks are I Can't Turn You Loose. So we could have taken those 2 off and done the 10 just from Briefcase.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's, you know, the phones we got now, you can put stuff on them, pictures and the like. And but I don't have a lot of space on it. But there's only one album that I always keep on my phone, and it's Briefcase Full of Blues.
Wow.
Oh, interesting. I feel like this one's the elephant in the room. Now, whether or not you guys have said elephant, I don't know. But this is the one that I know the Blues Brothers for. Soul Man.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
There we go.
You know, that song was written by Isaac Hayes.
Ah.
Yeah, 1967. Him and Dave. I can't think of David's last name. Powers or some shit like that. But Isaac Hayes. Yep.
Well,
Yeah, well, in the second, Sam and Dave, when they did this song, and it was popular, they had a good hit with it. In the second chorus, when they go "Play It, Steve" or whatever it is they say, they're saying it to the same Steve Cropper that Jake Blues is saying it to in this song.
Ah.
Yep.
So it gives some legitimacy to this the song.
And again to the band.
Yeah, Steve the Colonel Cropper.
Yep.
John Beard.
Dig it.
Didn't he just die?
I know Matt Guitar Murphy died a few years ago.
I think Matt Guitar Murphy died.
Dunn's dead.
I think Steve Cropper's dead too. And I thought Matt Guitar Murphy died this year.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Matt Guitar Murphy did die this year. God.
Yeah, Donald Dunn. He died a few years ago.
Yeah.
He was great. You want to talk about in that mold of a John Entwistle where chaos is going around him and he's just steady, like a rock, man. Didn't move. Just had his pipe in his mouth and played his bass.
And he had some of the weirdest lines in that movie, but that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Cropper is still alive.
Okay, good.
All right.
76.
All right. Keith, it is your turn, sir.
All right, let's see. Let's go with She Caught the Katy from the soundtrack.
I got it.
Yep, I got it too.
All right.
That was Taj Mahal, by the way. And Katy, for those of you who don't know out there listening, is a train.
Yep.
Oh.
It's a route, isn't it? The
Yep.
MKT, the Missouri, this Texas line.
Exactly.
All right, Fredo.
Ooh, where to go? On.
Now the conversation.
This is now it's getting a little rough. This to me was the elephant in the room. Originally done by the Spencer Davis Group. Steve Winwood singing, 66. Off the soundtrack, Give Me Some Lovin'.
I don't got it.
Neither one of you?
Nope.
Wow.
It's a good tune. The pep band at ODU used to play it as our opening track, and it gave us that same kind of vibe. But I figured, Spencer Davis made it pretty, and Steve Winwood made it pretty famous. So.
Well, here was the thing. That song, and I've done I've done it at karaoke. That's a tough song to sing.
But it's a fun one, though.
Oh, it's fun as hell, but it's tough to sing, and so I had to give Belushi props for doing because he did it justice.
It's funny you said that, Keith, that you felt like they did it better, or they did it justice. That goes to that what Fredo was saying earlier, because that is exactly why I left it out. It's like I heard this elsewhere. It goes to Fredo saying, well, do you know? I mean, I knew they were all covers, but like there was only a couple that I had heard the originals. So
right. Well, and I kind of, I even questioned about cutting Soul Man because of that. I was like, all right, but Soul Man is such. I mean, that made this album, I think, go platinum a few times.
Yeah.
I think they.
I believe it went.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but yeah.
To me, they're just synonymous with that song. Like, I mean, even knowing it's a cover, it goes together.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I've been sitting on this one. I'll try this one out. Shotgun Blues.
Nope.
All right.
It's a good one though. It's more of that classic blues.
I'll be honest with you. I that's probably one of the only songs I don't like by them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I just got to be in the mood for it.
Yes, I'm not a fan.
All right.
But again, that's the only one that I can think of that I don't like.
Huh. Yeah, I think I said that wrong. I don't not like it, but I've got to be in the mood for it. So
right.
Keith, it is your turn, sir.
All right, let's see. Have I said I don't know?
You have not, but I do have it.
1952, Willie Mabon. Yes, I got it.
All right. Unanimous. We are halfway there. Look at that.
Excellent.
Now this conversation's about to get interesting.
Well, you know what? I think we need to keep it on a briefcase. And I'm going to go with the other single they released off of that. Originally done by the Chips in 1956. Rubber Biscuit.
It's a good song, but no, I don't have it.
I don't either. But I got to tell you, I think it was song 17. Like I had it all the way up until I don't remember which song it was I heard. But it was one of the last songs I heard, and I was like, nope, this one goes in, that one goes out.
Oh my God, I love that.
Boom, boom, boom.
You should do that for karaoke.
You know what the problem with that is? That I would be trying to read the words, and shuba daba haba haba, haba liba laba.
Maybe just a dramatic reading. All right. Let me go with. How about From the Bottom?
Nope.
That's right. All right, Keith.
Let's see. I think I've given all my briefcase ones. I'm just going through, making sure my notes. That one. Yeah, because now at this point I gotta go through and just keep track.
Yeah, so do I.
I've only got 3 left.
Yeah, we said B-movie. We said Flip Flop. Yeah, I think I've got 3 left as well. So let's. I imagine Fredo might not have this one since it wasn't on Spotify, but Shake Your Tail Feather.
I got it.
I don't.
Love me some Ray Charles. Funny fact. There isn't much. Obviously I've seen bits and pieces of the movie. The band Hanson did a.
Yes.
Have you seen that video?
Yes.
It's tremendous, and it's got Weird Al in it, and it's fun.
They did Shake Your Tail Feather.
Well, they did a music video that was basically the dance number from Shake Your Tail Feather,
right.
But it was a different song that they wrote, I believe.
Yeah, it's
and it was a fun music video that was basically thrown back to that scene.
I gotta say, you gotta text me the name of that song.
Yeah, I'm trying. Normally
you boys keep talking. I'll find it up.
Normally I have that stuff on tap because me and Hanson go together like Rama-Lama Ding Dong.
Hanson's gotten better. They've gotten better as they got older.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude.
Hey, I've told you, I've worked a ton of shows when I did production and I did security, and the only show that I ever saw people sleep out overnight for. The show was the next day. It was Hanson. There were people camped out for the next day.
I've been thinking about something other than you. Bam, 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 bam. I think that's the song, Thinking About Something. I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something
All right.
other than you.
Hanson had their day.
They still do, actually, technically.
And it turns out they actually did it. They actually covered "Give Me Some Lovin' and Shake Your Tail Feather." I'm not going to pull up the YouTube link, but I will send it to you boys later.
Huh.
Yes.
I not seem to find that the actual song we're looking for though. That's the thing, because I don't know what the song's called, so I'm just like.
He just, I think he just said it, thinking about something.
Yeah, thinking about something.
I'm gonna look at it.
But they have a great respect for Motown. Anyways, we won't. Hey.
Sorry, that was a computer issue on my part.
Yeah, Hanson already had their day. This is the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. Let's see. So
My turn, I believe.
Keith
right?
Keith put "Shake a Tail Feather" out. So it's your turn,
Okay.
Fredo.
This is my last one because I didn't include the 4 songs.
Okay.
And it's off the soundtrack. 1964 by Solomon Burke. Everybody Needs Somebody to Love.
I got it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep.
I went out with a bang.
Yeah.
Got it in.
Hey.
And yes, it is thinking about something. I've got it.
Hey.
Goes.
It's
I've got the link. I'll send it to you boys in the chats.
got a ton of horns in it. It's a catchy little tune.
Did you just say it's got a ton of porn in it?
If that'll get you to listen to it, then yes.
All right, boys, I gotta go.
All right. All right. So, Fredo, you're out of songs. I've got one left. Same with you, right, Keith?
Yeah, because I did 16. I cheated.
All right. So I'm gonna bounce this one off you. Think.
Okay. No, I don't have it.
All right. What was your last?
Jailhouse Rock.
You know why I didn't put that song on? Because it was blocked out.
Yeah. That's
Same
right.
reason I didn't put Think and Shake Your Tail Feather.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, and that's the thing is I pulled up some the soundtrack stuff here, and there's actually 8 songs that aren't on or in the on the soundtrack that there should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned "Can't Turn You Loose," the opening theme, so to speak, for when they're coming into the Palace Hotel Ballroom, but they did a "Soothe Me, Hold On, I'm Coming." Sam and Dave.
Right. The other Sam and Dave song. I was trying to remember if they did that.
They have. I'm sure they've done it since Belushi passed, but they didn't play it. "Boom Boom" by John Lee Hooker, which damn good song. I would have thrown that on my list if it had been on the album.
Right.
Let's see. "Let the Good Times Roll." They're playing it in Elwood's apartment. "Anima e Core," which is what the Murph and the Magic Tones are playing when they come in.
Murph and the Magic Tones.
All right. So we're through the first round, and we got 6 in unanimously. "Sweet Home Chicago," "Who's Making Love," "Soul Man," "She Caught the Katy," "I Don't Know," and "Everybody Needs Somebody to Love." That's solid 6 to start. Now the convo.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so we need 4 of these. I think it's 7 or maybe 8. Okay, there's Hold on, let me scroll down. Yeah, it's either 8 or 9. Okay. We got "Hey Bartender," "Theme from Rawhide," "Shake a Tail Feather," "Guilty," B-Movie Boxcar Blues, "Riot in Cell Block Number 9, "I Ain't Got You," and "Going Back to Miami." And we need 4 of those. So does any of that jump out as,
yeah,
let's get rid of it? Anything that jumps out as let's get rid of?
Get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say "Guilty" needs to go through.
I would say get rid of Shake Your Tail Feather because again that's some
Ray Charles.
That's Ray Charles. It's Ray Charles doing the lead on it. Yeah, I would say get rid of that.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that logic.
Yeah,
but you need to watch the movie and just watch that whole scene. That whole scene is really awesome.
Agreed.
So, and I was wrong. It wasn't the Anime Core is playing when they're visiting one of the band members' homes. "Quando Quando Quando" is what Murph and the Magic Tones is. I just don't want anyone listening and being like Keith was wrong about Blues Brothers.
I gotta say this right now. Your Caucasian accent, I just realized what you were saying. It's "Quando Quando Quando," and you're saying "Quando Quando Quando." And I was like, I'm trying to remember what song was that.
Cuando.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm trying to say.
No, I know now. I didn't at the time because
When?
chuckling.
Because I'm white.
I
You're laughing at my whiteness.
I'm sorry, bro. That's wrong of me.
I'm kidding. I don't care.
All right, so we lost Shake a Tail Feather.
Yes.
That only gets us one step closer. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still 7 here that we need to trim down to 4.
Here's what I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 that I'm a scrap for.
Okay.
So we need to discuss this. Here's my 3. B movie Boxcar Blues, Riot and Cell Block number 9, and Going Back to Miami.
Okay.
Those
I will agree with B movie.
All right. Well, I was the holdout on B movie, so let's push that one through.
Okay.
And Torres, I'll give you one of those if you give me Guilty or I Ain't Got You.
Okay. How about
I'm sorry, Justin. We just kind of kicked you out of this conversation. We're just like,
well, here's what I'll do. You guys had Guilty, and Guilty was my number 16.
okay.
So I could push that one through.
All right.
So that puts us at what? 1, 2,
8.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, so you're gonna give me either Going Back to Miami or Riot and Cell Block number 9.
Yeah.
Which one did you have?
I didn't have either of them.
All right. So which one are you feeling more?
Going Back to Miami, probably over Cell Block number 9.
Okay. You know what? I can do that. Because we're not getting rid of Cell Block, but that's just a deal. Because Justin can still throw it in there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So going Back to Miami.
So we'll push Miami through.
Right.
All right. So now it's the last one.
And what do we got?
We've got
shit ton songs.
Hey Bartender, Theme from Rawhide, I Ain't Got You, and Riot and Cell Block number 9. It sounds like the showdown is Got You versus Cell Block.
I'm willing to. I don't care about Hey Bartender. We can get rid of that.
All right.
If the crowd agrees.
Whatever. It's a good song, but I ain't picked.
Right. And then, so what do we got now?
Theme from Rawhide, I Ain't Got You, Riot and Cell Block number 9.
My vote's I Ain't Got You, but
It's,
I've already made deals, so
see.
Yeah, my vote's Going Back to Miami, and I've made deals too.
Justin,
I'm sorry. My vote is Cell Block, and I've made deals because we pushed Miami through, so I can't.
and I got Guilty through, so
Rawhide's out, and like I just said, the showdown is I Ain't Got You versus Cell Block number 9.
Justin, you might be the tiebreaker on this one, man.
Yeah, who did? Which did you have? Both of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had both.
Well, then
then you wait.
No, yeah, because I had Ain't Got You. I didn't have.
So did I.
Oh, okay. So you guys had that, and I didn't.
Okay. And I had Riot and Cell Block number 9.
And I did. I had Cell Block.
Okay, so it's on you. You're the one now. You and I had Cell Block.
You want Rawhide? I mean, it's your pick, Justin.
Right. I mean, if whatever.
I'm gonna do this logic just because number one, it gets me out of the pickle, but
don't be a pussy.
No,
Pickle.
Here's the thing. As a new listener, Cell Block caught my ear. It was a fun, riotous little number, and it caught my ear enough to get through to my 20. I mean, I Ain't Got You was a wonderful tune, but it didn't catch my ear enough to get through. So, or my 15 rather. I've said 20 twice now, but Cell Block caught my ear. I Ain't Got You didn't.
All right, then Cell Block it is, boys. Nice and easy.
There we go. Now let me slide this one over here. All right, so here's the 10, and then we will finish this off with the bullet. All right, Sweet Home Chicago, Who's Making Love, Soul Man, She Caught the Katy, I Don't Know, Everybody Needs Somebody to Love, Going Back to Miami, Guilty, Riot and Cell Block number 9, and B Movie Boxcar Blues. All right, so
I'm
what?
good with that list?
Yeah, that's a solid list.
Yeah. So what's the number one with a bullet?
Now, that has to come out of the unanimous choices.
Yes.
So
that's,
give us the unanimous choices again.
let's see. It was Sweet Home Chicago, Who's Making Love, Soul Man, She Caught the Katy, I Don't Know, and Everybody Needs Somebody to Love.
Oh.
Now,
it's not going to be Soul Man for me, I don't think.
Okay.
It's not what?
It's not going to be Soul Man for me, I don't think. I mean, it's their quintessential song. It is their song. You know, they've made it their own. But like, I don't think that's my number one with a bullet.
Now here's the thing, and personally, I will agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a list that we're giving to somebody who's never heard it. Soul Man was the hit. Soul Man was the song that got a lot of people to listen to the Blues Brothers when nobody heard of the Blues Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fair point.
And because I'm with you. Of those 6, that would not be my personal number one choice to turn on. I mean, to give to people who know the Blues Brothers.
Right.
But this is a list for people who don't. So I'm not saying Soul Man needs to be in, but I'm saying it needs to be given more it can't be easily dismissed.
Fair enough. I can go behind that logic. We're going with the name of the game, so to speak. So
Right. So I think
I want to put mine out here. Like listening to this conversation, it made it through unanimously, and again, judging from the conversation, Sweet Home Chicago.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying should be the song?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I am too.
I thought
I
this
really
was
am.
really difficult.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but the thing is, like, yes, Soul Man and Sweet Home Chicago were the two that Soul Man was the one going in. Like, that was going to be the one I was going to say that should be the one. But the conversation we had made me think Sweet Home Chicago would be the better choice.
I can get behind that logic. I mean, it really is a solid song. It's bluesy, but they give it a little more oomph behind it, so to speak. Yeah, I'm good with it.
I'll tell you what, I like it for several reasons. Number one, the name of the band is the Blues Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a remake of a Robert Johnson song, King of the Blues. And number two, Keith made such a case for Chicago,
right?
That it really, the one thing I would take away from the Blues Brothers, if they were real, is that they're from Chicago. They embroider Chicago. Is that the word I'm looking for? Embroider. All right, I'm from New York. Fuck you. I'm not.
They're flame broiled. They flame broil Chicago.
They're broiled in Chicago. But yeah, I gotta go. I'm good. I'm really, really good with that.
All right, so
Sweet Home. They dedicated to Magic Sam.
There we go. So Sweet Home Chicago is our number one with a bullet this week. I may end up changing the name of that. I don't know how comfortable I am with that, but
number one with a bullet.
Yeah, it just
it's okay.
It's a saying.
Chicago, yeah.
It's a saying. So, all right, gents, we've done it. We made a meal out of the Blues Brothers here. I'm glad it finally happened because it was fun listening to them.
Me too. Now you just need to watch the movie, Justin. It's only 2.5 hours. What are you doing?
That's true.
And it's gonna fly by.
Yeah.
School started. The kids are gone, right?
Right.
Yeah. Maybe sometime this week I'll get it in there. So
You got nothing to do.
It's true. And a fun little fact, Justin, if you buy the 25th anniversary, there's actually a picture of Keith in the special features.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
They were doing on the 25th anniversary DVD or whatever. They released the director's cut of the film, and they were putting all these new special features together. And they had asked for pictures of fans to do this like special feature about how much Blues Brothers meant to people, and how much people have put their lives,
right.
They've affected their lives, whatnot. They've influenced them. They've had such an impact, et cetera, et cetera. And there was at one point where they were flashing through a bunch of photos of fans dressed up as the Blues Brothers, and sure as shit, I'm in there with my buddy who used to dress up with me at the ODU basketball games.
Nice.
You know what? For some reason, that's only right.
I mean,
So hopefully you guys go out and do that. Let me run through these last 10 and then we'll wrap her up here. Sweet Home Chicago is our number 1. Who's Making Love? Soul Man. She Caught the Katy. I Don't Know. Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. Going Back to Miami. Guilty. Riot in Cell Block number 9. And B-Movie Boxcar Blues. That's your 10. And so next week is Garbage, I think. It should be.
Don't judge the show already. I mean, order.
No, Fredo. I appreciate what you're doing here, but no, it's the band Garbage.
Oh, that's a good band.
Shirley Manson and Co. And then I think the week after that, Keith, is Jimmy Eat World finally.
oh, okay.
Well, it's going to take some time to do that show.
Yeah.
Are we in the middle?
I get nothing from you guys.
Nope.
I give you the setup with Garbage. Come on now.
The Garbage joke was better.
I agree.
I'm gonna throw something out there, boys.
Yeah.
If you guys want to revisit the Blues Brothers another time, when you're looking for shows to do or whatever, Justin, and we do a Blues Brothers show post Belushi. They had two studio albums. One I actually don't own because it just came out last year and I didn't know about it. And then they had the Blues Brothers 2000 soundtrack. They have a live in Montreal.
They did a world tour in '97.
And then they had the Chicago House of Blues in '97, and Jim Belushi's on that album.
So I mean, yeah, that might be something fun.
If we want to do a Blues Brothers post Belushi, it won't be as fun, won't be as good, but it'll speak to some listeners.
What a sell!
That's the way to sell it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the second movie is garbage.
Not the band.
No, please. Convince me, Keith. Convince me.
But the music and the legends they have on that final Battle of the Bands and the songs they have in that movie are really good. The music is better than the movie on that one. But we can listen to the other albums too while we're at it.
I'm sold.
Hey, the more I started talking about it, I was like, all right, maybe this isn't a good idea.
You had me.
Well, I had to make up for those horrible jokes you were making, Taurus. Someone had to put some laughter back on this show.
Ew. Oh, man. All right, so Blues Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Learn them and love them. We'll see you next week.